New day, new week. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and I hope you're having a great, fantastic one. Just want to give you guys this video, which is going to be a question and answer from the YouTube comments, from the Instagram messages, to the emails I get. Before we jump into it, I just want to make a quick public service announcement and let you guys all know if I do have an inner member list. It's free to join and actually be a part of, and I send out a bunch of content related to things that you can learn and continue educating. And these are some of the subjects that I don't always cover on these videos, but they're things that I find are going to be really helpful for you guys. And I am including the free apparel vector guides too, so you guys can design your clothing through Illustrator. As long as you have the Illustrator, you're able to download these packs and just start working on it. It's free templates I created for you guys. All right, so we have been upgrading all of our databases and stuff as well, so just be aware of that if you joined the list before you watched this video or whatever and you were like, hey, I've already been subscribed, I didn't get that, it's gonna go out again, guys. I promise. That's the first thing that I'm sending out as soon as we upload that guide to it. So it is a work in progress. We're just working a lot to make sure you guys get some good stuff, so be patient for it. It is coming. All right, so without any further ado, let's jump into the Q&A for today. The first question comes from Cameron Gorski. Once again, I'm sorry if I mess up people's names. Hi John, I'm 13 years old, trying to start a clothing line. I don't have much money and I don't really have anything, including very little support. I'm trying to create a website and get clothing and everything, but my ideal web address is taken. What do I do? All right, well, first of all, Cameron, I apologize for not having so much support, man. It's something that a lot of people and everybody's dealing with nowadays, so stick in there. You're 13 years old watching this video, so you're already ahead of the trend, man. Whatever you decide to do, you're gonna be great at it, trust me. Because I remember at 13 years old, I was riding scooters, I was biking, I was skating, I was doing everything but trying to start a business, had all these ideas, but back in the day we didn't have YouTube, so it never was possible to even want to start. So the fact that you're using YouTube for starting a business versus using YouTube to go laugh at Cash Me Outside Girl, you're already ahead of the game, bro. So stick in there. I know you're gonna do great. For those that are kind of in similar situations, just realize that yes, you will need to spend a little bit of money, so you will need to have some money to get some brand started. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. There's ways to get your store up for less than 30 bucks, ways to actually print clothes for no money down as long as you do have a credit card on file. You just got to get creative with how you're doing it, and this channel does have all of those resources. So Cameron, I definitely do recommend you check out the video I created on print to order. I'm going to link it down below and I'll throw it up here as well. Just make sure you click on over to that, because it'll show you of ways to actually make apparel without making it or spending money up front. All right, but it will require that you do have some sort of bank or credit card on file with them in order for them to print the clothes as soon as the order comes in. All right, so you will have to get over that obstacle. There is different ways with online banking nowadays. There's different ways to get cards, guys, and if anybody knows of a legit way for a 13-year-old to get a credit card nowadays, please comment down below so we can help him out and for him to start seeing his different options. But again, legit. I don't want any of these scams, or you will be marked as spam, all right? And then Cam, as part of your second question, you asked your ideal web address is taken, so what do you recommend that you do? Well, if your ideal website is taken, there is different options for things now. Like there's different domain registrars. Like I know that there's one called .shop, and I'll link them down below as well, because let's say the founders of Nike had their website Nike.com taken, so then they go to Nike.shop, something like that. And then there's different ways to do it, like Nike.us or Nike.lv. You know, there's different ways to kind of geographically claim the name. So look into those options. Depending on your budget, that may be something that works for you. If it doesn't, try to add a little bit to the name in order to try to claim the brand, all right? So, but of course, if there is already a brand that like owns the majority of it, like for instance, if you're gonna name something Diamond Supply, you know, obviously Diamond Supply Co., everybody knows about them, so don't go try to make Diamond Supply Company LV or something like that. You know, you're gonna wanna be creative in how you get it, but you wanna be original. So definitely do not go out there and just steal somebody else's brand name. If they already owned it, But if it's a totally different sector, you're not going to be related to them whatsoever, and you know that your brand name is more legit than theirs will ever be, get creative with how you're going to end it. All right, so if you have a jean company, or if you make more of denim stuff, you know, you could add Denim Co., or you can add Headwear Co., or you could add Apparel Co., or you can add, you know, like Supply. Like, you can get creative with how you extend your brand's name, but try not to constrict it so much either that you can't really move away with it without creating a whole new name. All right, Cameron, so I hope I helped you out there. For all those trollers out there that continue saying Revive is taken, it's like Revive's been taken since like 1980 or something, and it's a paramedic company that owns Revive for apparel. And we started our brand and we called it Revive Brand Co. back in 2010. And then there was another skateboard company that came in, and they had to change their name from Revenge because they had a lawsuit because somebody owned Revenge. So then they called it Revive. So go figure, guys. I'm sure they're real cool people. Nothing against them, but stop trolling on those comments, please. Thank you. The next question comes from All About Bunk. All right, All About Bunk. He asks, how do I know if my business name that I want to use has not already been taken by someone? All right, so this is kind of like in the similar field as Cameron's question. The first thing you can do is Google it first, see if there's any businesses in similar industries that are already using it. And if that doesn't come up with anything, go to your state site. So your state will have like its own licensing website. In Nevada, it's like Nevada Secretary of State. In California, it'll be something similar. In other states, it'll be similar. Secretary of State. Google your state and then Secretary of State, something will come up. And they'll actually have a search more than anything. It'll have a website where you can plug in your company's potential name, and it'll tell you if a company's already operating as that. And if that doesn't check out, nobody's using it, you don't see it on Google, the next thing you could do is actually check on the Trademark Office website, uspto.gov. In the video that I'm publishing, or is maybe already published by the time this one launches, I'm going to link it up there. Either way, just check on my channel. I do walk you through to how you can check trademarks and how you can actually submit your own trademark. So make sure you check on over to that video to do that check. The next question comes from Chris Van Tran. Chris, appreciate you for commenting, bro. He says, yo, love your stuff. Been following since I got interested in making my own line, but I have a question I really need your help on. I'm in the middle of trademarking my brand. My name is clear. Last thing is the proof of use. My lawyer felt I wasn't 100 on what I needed to meet the criteria for this. If you could help me out, I'd appreciate it. Thanks again for the vids. All right, so this is definitely on the trademark tip of it. And if you guys are watching this video after my trademark video comes out, make sure that you reference my trademark video for a lot more details on this. But if I publish this for whatever reason before I set the trademark one, be on the lookout for the trademark one where I will be showing you guys some real cool stuff there, all right? But to answer this question, he's asking about the proof required, like the proof of use. And what that ultimately means is that you could prove that you're actually using this in real life and it's not something you're just reserving for the time being until you launch your brand, because there's two different applications you need to submit. So if you're just trying to reserve it, then you need to let the USPTO know that you're just trying to reserve it, but you haven't used it yet. But if you submitted the application that says you're already in use, then you need to submit proof to the government office that you've been using it before the time that you submitted your application. All right, so that could be super confusing, but in a nutshell, it means you need to send proof that you're using it on apparel, that you're using it on hats, or if you had a bag company that you've been using it on bags. If you have a shoe company, you've been using it on shoes. It means you gotta show websites, you gotta show the photos, you gotta show models wearing it. It can't just be a generic stuff because they will question that, all right? So that's what the lawyer's probably questioning Chris on. Chris, make sure you have all that stuff, man. Make sure that, and anybody else watching, make sure that you do have proof of you using it in real life. You have some sales receipts. So that's also going to include sales receipts, meaning that you've already sold some of the stuff nationally, meaning that you've sold it across borders. All right, so you do need to have those stuff in place before you submit an application already in use. All right, so I hope I answered that question. And once again, I am not a lawyer, so consult with your lawyer more than anything. They'll be able to definitely answer that question for you as well. The next question comes from Instagram actually, and it's a conversation that I had with Jackson Hawkins. Jackson, I appreciate you reaching out, man, and watching these videos. Had a question about t-shirt printing. As I'm trying to go into business, I have bought all the shirts and have the designs that I want to get printed, but I'm finding it so hard to find a place to print with the shirts that I have. What should I search for, or do you know of any place that'll do it for a good price? Thanks, and look forward to your next video. Thank you for reaching out, Jackson. So when it comes to recommendations, I did note this in the other video. I don't necessarily like to recommend particular companies unless I know their capabilities, their customer service. I know them more personal. So the one thing I can recommend you guys is make sure you do join the inner list, all right guys, because I will be sending out the revised list that'll have a bunch of different companies you guys could all contact and use. And it's all free of charge, no catch whatsoever. Make sure you join that list so you guys are updated in that process. Then of course I'm gonna vouch for some of the companies like T Expressions, who's actually here out of Las Vegas. They got everything set up for sublimation, all over print, screen printing. They could do all kinds of capabilities, embroidery. One-stop shop could definitely help you out. So contact Rick, he's always like in the comment sections as well. He's my good friend. Like, me and this guy have known each other for like the last 7 years. Started out of his garage, and now he's like, they're killing it out here, right? So make sure you hit them up if you need something immediate, or if you have any questions about that. He's a good resource. I'll also link a few more down there that I feel are pretty good initial contacts so you guys can get conversations started. But more than anything, guys, make sure you download that list so you have a bunch of different options. And yes, you're gonna have to call a few places if prices are high, if they don't necessarily meet what you're looking for. It's all a sourcing process, guys. All I can do is give you the direction, and you go out there and make your choice, all right? The next question is from Hadi Zubi. This is an Instagram message, so thanks for reaching out, man. I know how to make designs, but I don't know where to get started or how to get my shirts printed, and I don't know how to get it to customers, and another problem is I don't have a big budget. All right, so this is probably something that everybody falls into. A lot of people on this are probably experiencing a similar situation. So let's just answer the first part. He knows how to make designs, but he does not know where to get started or how to get the t-shirts printed. All right, and then the other part of it was that he didn't have a big budget, right? So those are kind of hand in hand. For the most part, Hadi, what I recommend is figure out what your overall budget is to get this launched and to get sales started. All right, and then also figure out your marketing budget for it. If you have a bunch of designs and you just kind of want to test it to see how it overall looks, highly recommend you try something like Printful or Printify, which is a print-to-order platform. Allows you to print on shirts without putting money down for those designs. Now you are able to order samples though. So you order a sample, check it out, show it to friends, take some photos of it, create your brand online visually, and then go out there and start marketing it, start talking to customers to see if it's something that interests them. All right, so overall you can get all that started for like less than 50 bucks or less than 100 bucks for the entire shirt, plus your website, plus the platform. So if money is an issue, that's definitely a good direction. The other option is to just print a small run of shirts. Make sure you keep it tight, make sure you have your brand messaging right, and you're ready to start slanging them at school, you're ready to start slanging them in the streets, and you're ready to start promoting them on social media. All right, so those are two just very quick off the top answers, and then make sure you're referencing all the resources down below. Cool guys, so that's about it for today's Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys took something away from it. Make sure you leave your comments and anything that you're wondering down below this video so I can answer them in future Q&As as well. Definitely reference this comment section for those, since it's a lot easier to like filter and stuff. So leave your comments down there so I can answer them in person. And once again, I appreciate everybody who takes the time to share these videos with friends, talk about it, word of mouth, and anybody who subscribed to the Inner List member program that I also got. Really appreciate it, guys. That way I can continue talking to you through there and being more effective with everything that we're doing. And anybody who's already supported and bought a shirt, thank you guys so much for supporting the brand. The links to the site is down in the description. It's revivebrandco.com. Make sure you use the discount code WakeUpAndWinFam because it gives you a really nice discount, as some of you guys already know. All right, so I appreciate everything you guys are doing. I'll see you on the next one.